Hey everybody, these are the scales and exercises that I suggest all of my students do if you want to have stronger fingers, faster fingers, or more importantly, more accurate fingers, fingers that do what you tell them to do. Also, these are great warm-ups for when you haven't played the piano in hours or days or whatever, when you first go to the piano. These are kind of good things to go through to get your fingers loosened up, ready to go. I think most importantly, a lot of these scales and exercises and chord exercises and inversion exercises will teach you music theory things that are very important for understanding music as a whole, as well as playing things that you want to play. Yeah. So this is the very first one. Everybody should know the C scale, right? This is going to be a video for beginners as well as for intermediate piano players. So C scale, all the white keys from C to C. And we're crossing between E and F. 1, 2, 3, cross thumb under. You can do this for every scale going up. The D scale has F sharp, cross, C sharp. E scale has 4 sharps. F scale has 1 flat right there. We cross. This one's the only one where we cross after 4 fingers. G scale, 1, 2, 3, cross. Only 1 black key. A scale has 3. B scale has all the black keys. And we're back to C. My suggestion, go through all of these rapidly and get used to changing keys in your head. That kind of thing. I would suggest doing the C scale on the left hand, but honestly, for worship pianos, our right hand and our left hand do very different things. And teaching your left hand every single scale is actually not as productive as some other things you could be doing with your left hand. So I absolutely suggest getting really good at it with the right hand, but the left hand, truthfully, not so much. Now, this is different than classical piano. Classical piano, you want both your hands to be equally amazing because they're doing equally amazing things. But truthfully, for worship piano, the left hand kind of gets the short end of the stick and ends up playing very boring things, which is okay. It is what it is. Chords. Second thing I suggest, do chords diatonically, which means staying in the key. Start with the C scale or the key of C, and then you'll go up and do all the chords that are in the key of C. Now, if you have this shape, this form, it's really easy to go up and down. Maybe flip to an inversion. So stick your C up here and do the same thing. Flip the E up. Like that. You could also extend this. Here I've got a C and a C on there. Yes, you could also do this with each chord. Wait, I'll get to that in a second. Just a second, we're going to chromatically. So that was diatonically, meaning we're staying in the key. Well, you can do this with other keys as well. So you do the key of G, which has 1 sharp. when we play the B minor, we've got a sharp here. We just pay attention. Every time we would play an F, we play an F sharp. So you do the same thing on really any key, starting with D maybe. We've got the F sharp and the C sharp here. Like that. You do it, say, with the key of A. Right. There it is. Takes a little bit of thinking as you go up and down sometimes. But that's really useful because this is the 1 chord, this is the 2 chord, the 3, the 4, the 5, the 6. That 7 diminished sounds like you're tied to the tracks and the train's coming. And we're back to the 1. You can do this with an octave on the left hand. I would suggest going up. You do it with, add the pinky. Don't play that diminished chord very often. There you go. Yeah, so that's chords diatonically. Chromatically means we're going to use every single half step, every single step as we go up and down. So we take a C chord, we move everything up just a half step to C sharp, including the black notes. Woo! Try it again. There you go. This one's useful for the left hand as well. I would definitely suggest it. There it is. Or you could just do octaves. Or with the pinky on the top. So super useful, chords chromatically going up. You can also do, and this is super useful for transferring from octave to octave, you can do a big chord, and then do the same chord here and the same chord here, moving up to maybe just do all white key chords. So C, D, E, F, oh, running into my camera here, might just go down an octave here. I would definitely suggest switching that up, doing an inversion, either with 4 fingers or 3 fingers. And then you go up to, and then you go E, and you do it on an F, and on a G, and on an A. I'm doing here, and then on a B, and a C. As you go up, just kind of getting used to these chords. Also, to work on your inversions, I suggest doing a C, and then an inverted C, and then another inverted C, and then a C. Root position, first inversion, second inversion, C. You can do this all the way up. You can go, and do the same thing on a D chord. And an E, and an F, so you get the idea there. As far as working on melody things, I suggest doing 1 2 1 3 1 4 1 5 1 6 1 7 1 1 1 7 1 6 1 5 1 4 1 3 1 2 1 1. Get used to your fingers popping around the piano like that. I also suggest the 1 skip exercise, which looks like this. So it's C, and we slide our hand over. We're in this shape here, go up, and then the thumb hits D and skips up. E, G, F, A, G, B, A, C, B, D. And then you can go down starting at G. We're skipping between the pinky and the ring finger. If you do the book Hanon, this is the very first exercise in that book. Do it with both hands simultaneously. Now all my classical friends are like, oh, that's super easy. Well, sometimes these simple exercises are all you need for playing this worship music. And you want to do what works for what you want to play. Also, you can use kind of the advanced version of this, which involves starting on an A minor chord like this. The fingering for this is 1, 2, 5, 4, 3, 4, 3, 2, 1, 2, 5, 4, 3, 4, 3, 2. Like that. And you going backwards, it's 1 or 5, 4, 1, 2, 3, 2, 3, 4. Yes, wonderful. And if you stuck with the lesson for this long, I'll give you another exercise that I like to do, which is honestly my favorite one to do because I think it sounds the best. Do a 1-5-1 on this hand, and then do D, E, G, which is 2-3-5. 1-5-1, 2-3-5. This is chord numbers. Scale degrees, not fingering here. Fingering looks like this. And you play this through, kind of roll it through. Pointer finger comes over. You play these, pointer finger, do these. And this, you could also do the last one with the pinky. Looks like this. Like that kind of thing. You do this with any chord. D chord, E chord, F chord, G chord. You could even do this with minor chords. A minor, which I just think that's just the prettiest thing you could ask for. You could do this with more advanced chords. So like a F major 7 here. So that's kind of fun. And as you gain speed with it, your fingers just get used to getting in these positions, which are useful for playing worship music in. You do like listen, and I will put my trust in you alone, and I will not be shaken. So that's kind of the idea. Just get used to moving around on chords. Avoid playing in the same key. A lot of piano players, they get really used to, I just love the key of C or the key of G. And so I just always play in that key. And then when you tell them to switch, okay, we're going to do a song in A, like all of the fancy stuff disappears and all of a sudden we're playing block chords again, like we did when we first learned the piano. So do your best, push your boundaries, spend a whole day and just play in the key of B, It's super useful. As far as left hand goes, just one last thing here. For the most part, I'm playing octaves or octave and a fifth, or I'll play 1, 5, and I'll roll it up to a 3. And if trying to be really fancy, we'll go 3, and then we'll bring this up for a 5 and a 1. You could even walk through the 2. 1, 5, 2, 3. So, yeah, work hard, use your spare time this week, get more and more comfortable with the piano. It's worth it. It's worth it.